chamber actually think that President Trump committed a criminal offense. And let's understand, a high crime is a felony and a misdemeanor is a misdemeanor. The words haven't changed that much over the time. After he's out of office, you go and arrest him. So there is no opportunity where the President of the United States can run rampant in January, the end of his term, and just go away scot-free. The Department of Justice does know what to do with such people.
Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, February 9th, 2021. Welcome to Day 21. Trump's impeachment trial kicked off in the Senate today, with Democrats playing a video montage of Trump whipping up a crowd of supporters, encouraging them to march to the U.S. Capitol and fight like hell, showing the pro-Trump mob violently breaching the Capitol, attacking police officers, and invoking Trump's name as they tried to disrupt the certification of the November election. Representative Jamie Raskin said in his opening remarks, "Senators, this cannot be our future. This cannot be the future of America. We cannot have presidents inciting and mobilizing mob violence against our government and our institutions because they refuse to accept the will of the people." The first day of the proceedings were devoted to a debate over the constitutionality of prosecuting a president who has already left office. While Trump's lawyers condemned the violence, they rejected the suggestion that he was responsible for it and maintained that the Constitution did not allow for an impeachment trial of a former president because it was meant to lead to removal from office. According to his defense attorneys, Trump was horrified by the violence at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th, and they said it is absolutely not true that Trump failed to quickly act to end the riot. According to his attorneys, Trump tweeted calls for peace upon hearing of the reports of violence and took immediate steps to mobilize resources to counter the rioters who were storming the building. These statements, of course, conflict with the actual timeline of events. Bruce Castor, one of Trump's attorneys, argued that Trump should not be punished for a political speech and that since he is no longer in office, the object of the Constitution has been achieved. House impeachment managers argued that there should be no January exception for presidents, allowing them to escape the repercussions of impeachment on their way out of office, saying that the framers of the Constitution did not provide a waiver for accountability. After House managers and Trump's team presented their arguments on whether the trial was constitutional, the Senate voted 56-44 to proceed with Trump's impeachment trial. 6 Republicans voted to affirm the constitutionality of the trial. What happens next is Trump's trial is adjourned until Wednesday, at which point each side will have up to 16 hours to present their case, which will be spread out over 2 days per side. Senators will also have 4 hours to question the House managers and Trump's attorneys. Moving on, the Biden administration will begin sending doses of COVID-19 vaccines to community health centers next week and will boost the supply of vaccines sent to the states by 5%. Since taking office, the number of doses sent out to states has increased by 28% to around 11 million doses per week. Meanwhile, the office of Georgia's Secretary of State launched an investigation into Trump's attempts to overturn the state's election results. In December, Trump called Georgia officials amid an ongoing audit, asking Brad Raffensperger's office to find the fraud and telling them that they'd be a national hero for it. On January 2nd, Trump repeatedly demanded that Raffensperger find the 11,780 votes that Trump needed to overturn the results of the election in that state. Back in D.C., the Biden administration asked nearly all of the U.S. attorneys who were appointed during the Trump administration to resign. Several acting U.S. attorneys who are not Senate-confirmed or who were appointed by the courts will remain until a Biden appointee is approved by the Senate. The Justice Department, however, will allow John Durham to remain in the role of special counsel appointed to investigate the origins of the Trump-Russia inquiry. And finally, the Air Force says it will deploy B-1 bombers and approximately 200 personnel to Norway for the first time in order to react more quickly to potential Russian aggression. And in the polls, CBS News says 56% of Americans would like the Senate to vote to convict Donald Trump. The same percentage say Trump encouraged the violence at the Capitol. CNBC and Bloomberg say 49% of Americans say they were certain or very likely to get a COVID-19 vaccine, while 19% said they were somewhat likely to get one, and 32% said they were not likely.
That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefuckjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditas.
I'll be quite frank with you. We changed what we were going to do on account that we thought that the House manager's presentation was well done.